Released in 1986 in Japan for the Famicom Disk System and 1987 in North America for the NES, we have Moero Twinbee Cinnamon Hakase o Tsukyu, as it's known in Japan, or simply Stinger in the US. It's part of the Twinbee series, which are fantastic cutesy shmups on a variety of systems. I'll be reviewing the Famicom Disk System game since that's the version I own. The game sees you playing as a tiny ship armed with bullets, hearts, and bombs, playing vertically and horizontally scrolling levels. You don't see that very often in games. The whole point of the game is to see how far you can go and how high of a score you can get. Oh, how I miss those days. I recommend using a controller with turbo buttons. If you only have the Famicom Disk System controller that's hardwired in, continually tapping can be a chore. I have the NES Advantage that has the joystick and turbo buttons, but you can't plug that into the Famicom. I'll have to get the North American version so I can take advantage by using the Advantage. See what I did there? Moving on. There isn't much story aside from aliens kidnapping a man by the name of Dr. Cinnamon. It's your job as a pilot to take down enemies and get Dr. Cinnamon back. Why? Is he curing cancer or something? They never truly say. With a name like Dr. Cinnamon, you'd imagine he would be constantly on the run from Apple Jacks. The main mechanic of Moero Twinbee is shooting clouds to get power-ups. Occasionally, bells pop out and can be shot at to change their color. Each color is a different collectible with benefits when you finally collect them. Orange is the default, worth some points. Blue increases your speed. Pink is a laser power-up. Flashing blue provides you with a shield. Flashing pink grants you 2 invincible ghost ships that mimic your movement and allow for more shots, which I find to be a little too distracting. There's so much happening on screen with all those ships and all the bullets that you tend to miss any stray bullets coming from the ground up. And finally, the white bell is my favorite. It's the weapons power-up. These prove to be the most handy power-ups to me during my playthroughs. You might be surprised to hear that there's a bit of strategy to Moero Twinbee. You must learn the balance of shooting enemies while also keeping the bells from falling using your upward heart attack or your regular shot to balance them until you get the right color you're looking for. That's easier said than done. You must do all this while trying not to get hit by enemies in the foreground or the background. It can feel quite difficult at times, especially if you die, you lose all your upgrades. With my luck, I'll get the upgrades early on and die right before the boss, then have to fight the boss with my standard weapon. The bosses aren't too difficult, so you can do it, but the stages themselves are what give you the most trouble. especially the enemy patterns that are sometimes unpredictable the further you progress through the game. The only thing I would say that might be somewhat negative are the load times. They're not bad by today's standards, but this ticked a lot of people off back in the day since they were accustomed to cartridges that instantly put you into the game. Then the other thing, which really isn't even a problem at all per se, the game is hard. It's not impossible though. The first level is simple enough, it teaches you the mechanics and allows you some time to find weapons that fit your playstyle. The second level is doable. It switches things up from being a horizontal to vertically scrolling stage that adds a little bit of difficulty. I do have to say, the chicken nugget looking guy is really funny. But the third level goes on for quite a while, with enemies shooting you from down below and in the sky, the latter doing all sorts of loop-de-loop and zigzag motions. The saving grace here is you have unlimited continues, and the more bells you grab, the more points you collect that contribute towards an extra life. It's fun enough of a gameplay loop to make you want to focus and zero in on getting through the next stage, to which there are only 7. Moero Twinbee and Stinger skate the fine line between being accessible and difficult. And it's even better if you use a turbo controller. It's a fun playthrough, and I highly recommend giving it a try.